Okay, we should be live. I'm just going to set this up in Discord real quick and then we'll start. Weeks 11 and 12 on tap today. Should be some good fun. Okay, we should be good. Let's good. Pokemon, Apple, Jax, Lucario. What is good, everybody? Alright, so before we start, there are a few things I would like to do. So, for those who do watch the Jaguar series on the channel, you may have saw yesterday that I totally revamped the XP sliders. And I'm going to do that here too. I'm going to I guess I left them all at default 100, so I'm going to increase them quite a bit to what I set them in that series. So pretty much the young guys are going to get better quicker, which is the main goal here. All right, let me just try to pull them up first. Okay, so quarterbacks is 140. Everything I think is over 100 now. Running backs is 170. All the really good running backs stay good for a while, but a lot of young running backs really just don't develop all that well. So, that one I wanted to make especially high. Fullbacks, I think it's 120. Offensive line gets a big boost. Tackles is 160. Guards and centers is at 170. And then I'm going to make a couple gameplay slider changes as well. And then we will begin the fun. So this part will only take like a few minutes. Outside linebackers is at 175. Wow, I didn't realize I put outside linebackers that high. But I guess that makes sense because outside linebackers don't really develop all that well in this game, which is odd. They go up in dev super easily, though. That's the weird thing. Corners is 150, and safeties are 145. And I don't think I touched kicker and punter. And then for gameplay sliders, I don't think I need to make a ton of changes. I might just increase a few offensive things to continue to drive up the offense, although the last game we saw with the lines and seamers, that did end up being pretty high scoring. I'm going to move the user QB accuracy to 50 and the CPU accuracy up to 35. Outside of that, I think it looks good for the most part. All right. So the first game is the Panthers and the Bucks. The winner of this game takes first place in the NFC South. Who is first in the division? Who is first? Or who's home? The Bucks are home. Okay, so Carolina's 1, Tampa Bay's 2. Siri, can you give me a number between 1 and 2?
The answer is 2.
2, so we'll be using the Bucks. Thought it was crazy Treblay only had 2 or 3 skill points. I mean, rookies don't have as much as a lot of these second-year guys. I mean, I know Smokey DeButt on the Cougars, who's a rookie, had like 9, but that's just because he sucks. So all the really bad rookies got skill points quicker, which makes sense because if you're lower rated, you get skill points faster. But you're obviously a lot worse too, so. Binging Kane's Brown series, so if you leave, that's where you're at. All good, my guy. Panthers are at 85, Bucks are at 78. That's because the Panthers have done their upgrades and the Bucks have not yet. Alright, any specific jerseys? Do we want to go with regular homes? Do we want to go for creamsicles? They'd probably be one of the alternate classics, yeah. Do you want to do regular homes or creamsicles? I don't think we've seen them in the creamsicles yet. In the meantime, we can take a look at the Superstars and Superstar X Factors. Bucks only have one, being McCaffrey. Aaron Donald, J.J. Watt, Budda Baker, and Richard Sherman from Carolina. Superstars got Odell Beckham, Jalen Smith, Brandon Sheriff, Terry McLaurin, C.J. Henderson, Jordan Love, Patrick Queen, Tom Brady. I didn't realize he was on the Bucks. Wearing number 11. Okay? Gilbert Knight and Michael Kendricks. Who took his number? That's what I want to know. 1 for Creamsicles. 2 votes for Creamsicles. I think that's what he means by the 2010s. I don't think we've seen him in the Creamsicles yet, so we'll rock with the Creamsicles. But I'm trying to know who took Brady's number 12. I know in real life Godwin was 12, but he gave Brady 12. Both of these teams red hot. The Bucks have won like 5 in a row. They started the year off slow, and then they have played better since. Carolina as well. I think they're like 6-1 in their last 7. So both teams are playing their best football right now. Got off to slow starts, but both look like they have a good shot of being back in the playoffs. Panthers obviously did a little bit more last year in the playoffs, considering they won the OFL Bowl, but point remains. I think we've seen each team once this year. Yeah, I think we saw the Bucks once and we saw Carolina once. So we have not seen these teams a ton this year, so should be a good opportunity to see what they're made of. Creamsicles do look pretty solid in game, I will say. You think we watched the Rams today? I don't think the Rams won, did they? Yeah, no, the Rams didn't win. The game for Week 12 is the Bills and the Packers. Although the Rams are certainly even more interesting now with Rigo, and they are in the midst of a playoff race, so I imagine we'll see them on the pole a few more times this season. I already know you're going to do the offseason, either blow it up or go all in. Well, I mean, you guys should win the division this year no matter what, because the division sucks, but it depends on what you do in the playoffs. I think that'll be the big question. And with how loaded the NFC is, literally anything can happen. I bet 12 teams in the NFC could probably go in the AFC East and win it. Because the AFC East is just that much of a train wreck. First and 10 at the 36-yard line. Jordan Love pump fakes up the middle for McCaffrey. Bucks looking pretty good early. You can make a case that these are the 2 hottest teams in the league right now. I mean, ever since Week 2, I think they're both 6-1 or something ridiculous. Holding on Tampa Bay. Cole Kmet with the flag, so that'll push him back to the 38. The Bucs offense usually does either really well or really poorly and watched. It doesn't seem like there's any in-between with these guys. Jordan Love with the EA pocket awareness. He's sacked by Aaron Donald. And it's 2nd and 33. Dear Lord. Not screwing up a good team like OFL 20. I mean, you just got unlucky down the stretch. And had a pretty easy division for the most part until Washington got good. Jordan Love, it's a strip sack. The Bucs do recover. But now it's what, like 3rd and 45 or something? 3rd and 46. Aaron Donald is in the zone too. Ouch. If the Bucs get this conversion, I will force loss every Diablos game for the rest of the year. Okay, he's actually going to eat it. And it's incomplete. Okay, good thing I don't have to do that. You guys would have helped me onto that. Problem is, you don't think you can reclaim the #1 seed with Nick's schedule. And the head-to-head tiebreaker. I mean, the Thunderbirds should get the #1 seed, but with Madden Sim, you never really know. But their schedule is super easy. Why did the Panthers not have anyone back to receive a punt? That is really a what-a-punt, and they had it at the 12. The Bucs punter punted it from the end zone, and it's a what-a-punt. What-a-punt. So here is Baker Mayfield. I think he's like the 7th or 8th ranked quarterback in the league now with his upgrades. Baker has been okay this year. He hasn't been great, but he hasn't been bad either. I think he was getting a little bit disrespected in those awards. That could have been picked. I think that was Patrick Queen. That was right in his hands. Should have made a play on that ball. 2nd and 10, a pitch, and it's a loss of 2. Both defenses have been very good today, up to this point. A couple sacks for the Panthers, the Bucs, doing pretty good football. Indeed, pro. Welcome. 3rd and 12. Baker has all day to throw. Watch him get sacked. Yup. EA pocket awareness. I think it's Jonathan Greenard. It's Greenard, not Greenard, by the way. I know it looks like Greenard. I used to think that too. But it's Greenard. That almost was blocked. Holy cow. Why are these guys not returning punts? Again, punting it from their own end zone, and the Bucs are starting at the 20. Logic. Absolute logic. These punt returners are so dumb. That was McCaffrey, too. Better not screw your good vibes. Got 2 subs yesterday. I mean, with your small sub count, I mean, getting multiple subs in a day is a good deal. So, congrats, my guy.
Number 22, Christian McCaffrey, the ball carrier.
Why would you even pick that up? It's like either just let it go or just catch it originally. Letting it go and picking it up is easily the dumbest thing he could have done there. Shouldn't have let it go to begin with, but nice throw by Jordan Love for a gain of a lot. Is that Turbo Taylor, the OFL 20 legend, Taylor Gabriel? It is. Welcome back, Pog. Poggers. Jordan Love under pressure. He is going to break the... Is Aaron Donald going to get him again? Aaron Donald has like 2.5 sacks today. Okay, no, they're going to give that one to Watt. Carolina's pass rush has been incredible. And all these sacks have gone for like at least a loss of like 15 yards. Now it is 2nd and 30. You could say Pog without getting banned. What a dot from Jordan Love to Scary Terry for 34. So Jordan Love's just going to take 20-yard sacks and then heave up 40-yard bombs. That's literally what the first quarter has been for Jordan Love. I mean, he hasn't played bad other than the 3 sacks for a loss of like 50 total yards. Another good throw for J Love to the 6. J Love is a cool nickname for him, even though I'm going to be rooting against him a lot in real life for obvious reasons. J Love is a cool nickname for him. No way! Trying to run it in, he does not. But he's inching closer. It's a net gain of 20. At least, yeah, the net gain is positive, so that's really all that matters. 2nd and goal, McLaurin for the touchdown. The Bucs strike first. What an odd 2 drives so far for Tampa Bay. But they're winning, so does it really matter that Jordan Love has been sacked already 3 times? Jordan Love is the most underrated quarterback in the OFL. I would have to agree with you. Jordan Love is so good. He is insane in Madden Sim. And really, like the past month or so, ever since the Bucs have really starting to get hot, Jordan Love's probably been the best quarterback in the league the past like 5 or 6 weeks. I mean, he's been on fire. He started the year off slow, but he's been a menace as of recent. I feel like the Panthers are the type of team to not do good and watched, which feels odd because we saw them win 4 playoff games last year and a championship. But this team just in the regular season. And I don't know why. Outside of the pass rushing, the Panthers aren't looking too hot. 7-0. Bucks on top. Second and 12 for Baker. He gets it to Gesicki for 10. Okay, that's like the first somewhat good play by the Carolina offense today. You need better from Herbert? Yeah, I would agree with that. I mean, Herbert's okay here, but he's not, like, great, so you guys certainly could use him to play better if you do want to make a playoff run. Wow, they stopped him. Tampa Bay dominating early. Are we going to get a number one punt? Oh, that was close. That was close. We almost had another one. Bucks are back. I don't want to see the highlights. It won't let me exit out of his screen. And Wentz you trust. I mean, Wentz has been probably one of the 5 or 6 best quarterbacks in the league this year, so I mean, he's been cooking. Carson's cooking. That's kind of catchy. Carson's cooking.
Number 22, Christian McCaffrey, the ball carrier. The tackle made at the 24-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Back to McCaffrey. The Bucks offense, other than the pass allowing the sacks, has been really good today. I mean, McCaffrey hasn't been spectacular.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. Christian McCaffrey, the ball carrier.
What do y'all think of, do you mean the FGFL POG? I'm confusion. This is an early start time indeed. I figured it'd be better for my schedule today to start early. So, yeah, that's why we started at around, I think, like 1:10, 1:15. Third down, another dot from Love. And it's a broken tackle from the tight end inside the 20. Who is that? Who is the tight end on the Bucks? I don't know. I really couldn't tell you. Cole Kmet, that's who it is. Yeah. He had the holding call earlier. Jordan Love has 7 completions for 165 yards today. Oh, the Controlled Football League with Johnny Football. I saw a couple plays of that. That actually seems like a cool idea. Didn't they have, like, Marshawn Lynch commentating? I mean, with no NFL on, I mean, we need some sort of football in our lives, so I mean, it seems like a creative idea. I don't know if that league's going to go anywhere, but it seems like a creative idea. Feel bad for people that live in Texas. Looks super cool. Texas is just a weird place. Texas and Florida, they're like the premier states, but they just feel like weird places to live in. Especially Florida. Then you'll be recognized as a Florida man, and you don't want that. Now Jordan Love's not starting. Oh, wow, he has 169. Nice. Passing yards today.
Incomplete. Sets up 4th down.
Marshawn Lynch owns a team. Good for him. Well, isn't it like 5-on-5 or 7-on-7 football or something? I only saw a couple plays, but it kind of looked like, it kind of reminded me of like arena football in a way. Not exactly the same, but it seemed like it was a little bit similar. Is Rusev like a national hero in Russia? You'd have to ask Smirnov. You lose to the Cowboys or Eagles, Tommy the Thunderbird is getting it? Well, he should get it. You guys should not lose either of those games. That'd be pretty funny. I mean, the Cowboys can beat or lose to anyone, so you can't really count them out. And the Eagles just aren't very good. Arena football, baby. Heck yeah. Johnny Football is actually good. Well, Johnny Football is probably the only guy that people know in that league, so I think we're all going to collectively root for him to do well. Definitely similar to Arena Football. Well, Arena Football is cool, so that's cool. Then maybe this league will. Need to lose so then you can get the #1 seed back. That'd be funny if Dallas beats both the two best teams in the NFC and loses to the Eagles in the same season. I honestly hope that happens because that would be funny. You don't know, man. You just know that he's from that hemisphere. Wild guess. Could be anywhere there. We're already in the 2-minute warning. I feel like the second quarter just started. Bucks up 10-0. They're playing well in the creamsicles, but the Panthers are moving it down the field. They have it up a 22. This time it is Mr. Becca. Who starts with the ball in the second half? I think the Panthers do, because the Bucks' first drive, it was when they had like 4th and 50 or whatever. Highlight video with 300K views for Johnny Football, and the other one had like 10K. Oof. Arena Football is not better than the NFL, Apple. Let's put the pipe down. I agree the Arena Football League was underrated, but let's put the pipe down, buddy. Let's not get too ahead of ourselves. A dot in the end zone. Oh, I thought he caught it. XFL is better league. I'm curious to see what Barack does with the XFL. Gus for Bus, yes, I saw that. Gus Malzahn, the new head coach of UCF. I don't know how to feel about that. Well, good thing I'm not a UCF. I mean, I guess it's a good hire. I mean, he led Auburn to a national championship game. I mean, that was when they had those 2 miracle plays that season, but, I mean, they still made the Natty and almost won. The hefty lefty was the best arena quarterback. Facts. Carolina stopped to a field goal. Good defense by the Bucks. AAF equals very good. OFL better than the NFL? That's a quality take, and I'm going to have to agree with that, sir. The OFL is miles better because we actually allow fun in this league. If Antoine Winfield holds up a peace sign, we're not going to find him. Unlike the NFL. Love the AAF, watched a ton of games as an I think, who was the team I liked? Was it the San Diego Fleet, I think? I just thought they had a cool name and I picked them. And then for the XFL, the Defenders had a bunch of players I knew, including Tyree Jackson. So I think that's why I picked them. OFL Thunderbirds better than the NFL Bucks? Well, I guess there's only one way to find out. Every human named Gus equals Gus the Bus. That's so true. Everybody who's named Gus has to have that nickname. When you say Gus the Bus, I don't think of Gus Malzahn. But, I mean, his name is Gus. Roger Goodell when he sees a funny Russian man in the OFL. That's too fun. Where am I? That's so true. The Iron was your team. Well, didn't they have, like, Trent Richardson or something? I mean, I don't remember those rosters very well, but I remember Trent Richardson's team was in Alabama, which I found ironic. St. Louis Battlehawks fan with Mr. Jordan Ta'amu. Don't the Lions have Jordan Ta'amu now as like a developmental backup? I know he was on the Chiefs at one point. I feel like we have him though. I could be totally wrong. Okay, it still says he was on the Chiefs. I don't know why I thought the Lions had him. As like some practice squad body. LA fan because you know, Lakers, Raiders, whatever baseball team plays in Cali. We're going to make you an Angels fan because they're the only non-good Southern California baseball team. They do have Mike Trout, though, who's really good. But the other 2 Southern California teams are probably the 2 best teams in the MLB. Younghoe Koo, the best player in the AAF. I forgot that Koo was in that league, and now he's one of the better kickers in the NFL. Cat is named Gus the Bus. Look at the gosh darn Discord. What do you want me to look at? I'm confused. Oh, the time glitch. That happened last stream. That happened last time. Good old Madden. You like the Yankees? Well, the Yankees are always good, so that's a good pick. The Yankees and the Dodgers seem to have unlimited money. Taylor Heineke was the best player in the XFL. That is facts. Actually, second best. Nobody's better than Tyree Jackson. Wink, wink. Blue Jays fan, been to a few games. I know Boomy's a big Blue Jay fan. Wonder what they're going to do this year with George Springer, who was probably my favorite non-Tiger in the league before the Bang Bang. I still like Springer, though. Now that he's not on the Astros, I can root for him again. Youngwei Koo, second favorite kicker of all time behind Sebastian Janikowski. The Jason Hansen disrespect there. Everybody's favorite kicker must be Jason Hansen, or else I'm kicking you out. Sad baseball team fan. Go Cleveland baseball team. Dad was a Dodgers fan, so you root for them. Bandwagon. No, just kidding. But yeah, the Dodgers are absolutely loaded. They're probably going to win the World Series again. Tyree Jackson is not worse than Cardell Jones. And I will stand by that. I know I have a bias towards Tyree Jackson because I really like him, but I do genuinely believe he is a better quarterback than Cardell Jones. Favorite kicker is Greg the Leg. It's not Jason Hansen, so get... Oh, okay, Rodrigo Blankenship. If you like Blankenship better than Jason Hansen, you're allowed to stay. Blankenship's the real GOAT. You're a pleased Nats fan? I wonder if they're going to do this year. I mean, they're not far removed from winning a World Series, but last year was kind of a mess. Stop being biased. I promise it's not biased. The team was literally better with Tyree Jackson. I mean, Cardell Jones was really good those first two games, if I remember correctly, and then he was awful afterwards. And we didn't get to see Tyree Jackson in peak form because the league folded. So glad you're not an Orioles fan. That team is just stuck in the mud, which makes them a very good franchise team. I don't know, maybe. They're a team I've heavily considered, and they'll probably be on the poll. I'm going to spoil that right now. Favorite kicker is the GOAT, Cody Parkey. The doink, the doink. The word Orioles won you a regional spelling bee. Did someone misspell the word? I mean, I see how that's kind of a hard word, but I guess congrats on winning the regional spelling bee. I used to be the GOAT speller. Back in my heyday, I had never got words wrong on spelling tests. I was just an absolute machine at those things. They spelled it with an A. Orioles. I don't know how you can put an A in there. But I mean, there are silent letters in the world, so I guess how it's possible. You suck at spelling. Well, you spelled every word in that sentence right, so you're at least making progress. That was false. Oh. Well, you got me. Cody Parkey fills me with rage. I hate him. I wonder why. Wink, wink. Panthers would move the ball down the field very slow, but they are moving it. How do you spell again? Well, you spelled the first three words there right, so 3 for 5. Orioles won you a spelling. Never had a spelling test.
Mayfield's pass complete to Odell Beckham Jr. A gain of 13 yards. First down, Panthers.
He's stupid. Get that man away from my screen. That mean man, Cody Parkey.
He's brought down at the 20-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
Normal people, I don't know. I wonder what's coming next. Bears fans, get wrecked, Bears. I mean, I don't hate the Bears, but I don't obviously actively root for them. If the Bears were playing in the NFC Championship against the Packers, I would be a diehard Bears fan. I know they did 10 years ago, but I didn't hate the Packers as much then. Northern Georgia is a weird place. I guess so. I've never been, so I couldn't tell you. He had that in his hands for a good, like, 3 seconds. I don't know how he didn't catch that. That should have been picked. Hate Dustin Hopkins. Kickers are like a weird position. One day you love them, and the next day you hate them. The only thing that's been stable for the Lions the past 30 years is kicker. We've always had good kickers. I mean, Matt Prater kind of sucked this year, but it seems like we always have good kickers. And other than that, we suck. But I guess I've never disliked a kicker on my team before. Actually like the Lions. I don't blame you, because there's nothing to hate about the Lions. Because we suck. Every day you wake up in cold sweat thinking about that game. Imagine if the Bears would have won that. Mitchell Trubisky would have more playoff wins than Matthew Stafford. That'd be really sad. Imagine winning in a playoff game. I've never experienced that either, so welcome to the club. Panthers are only down by 3. This is becoming a ball game. The Bucs looked like they were going to dominate early, but it appears otherwise. Cairo Santos is really good. I don't like that the Bears have a good kicker now.
Number 22, Christian McCaffrey, the ball carrier.
Cairo Santos was quite good when he was young, and then I don't know what happened to him. He wasn't any good anymore. Now he's good again. Kickers are just weird. Unless you're a really good kicker, you're just going to be super inconsistent. So, teams, you need to get good kickers. Playoff win club right here. Feels weird that the Browns actually won a playoff game in my lifetime. I never thought I'd see that. You could scare me. You can't scare me. I've seen 3 Lions playoff games. You can't scare me. St. Pierre. What a guy. What are Jordan Love's numbers today? 13 for 17, 234 yards and a touchdown. That seems like something that Jordan Love would do in a watch game. Imagine having a Browns fan experience a playoff win before you. Yeah, that just sounds so sad. But it's true. I mean, 2 of those playoff games that I saw, we got blown out. But the game against Dallas like 5 or 6 years ago, we should have won. And we got absolutely screwed. And then Dallas got screwed the next week by the Des Bryant catch. And then the Packers, I think the next week, got screwed by the Brandon Bostic onside kick. And then the team they lost to, Seattle, got screwed by the Malcolm Butler interception. Thanks to Darrell Bevel. The Malcolm Butler interception literally defines the Lions in the past like 3 years, because the person who made the play call to throw it was with us. And the Patriots defensive coordinator, who takes credit for that play all the damn time, was Matt Patricia. Whenever something bad happened, Patricia would say, "Oh yeah, I'm responsible for the Malcolm Butler interception." Because he's that much of a doofus. But college will come soon for him, for Mr. Pierre. You'll see. You'll see. Imagine having a Bucs fan with a Super Bowl before you can experience a playoff win. You get a stroke typing that. There's so many of the catch plays in NFL history. That's so true. Literally every controversial catch is called the catch. And since the NFL is still not figured out what a catch is, there are always so many controversial catches. Packers play the Eagles this week. That's interesting. So the new Packer coach should win his first game as the coach. But, I mean, I guess with Matt and Sim, you never know. Someone's hurt. I couldn't tell who. I wasn't looking at the screen. But somebody's injured. Wide open receiver to the 39 for 20. Baker is doing pretty good. That's me.
It's a gain of 20.
That do be Mr. Pokemon. And then there's the immaculate reception. There's just the immaculate reception, and then every interesting catch after that is called the catch. The immaculate reception's like the... And I guess if we look recently, the Hail Mary is a cool name. Colts play the Texans. If the Colts win that game, they should win the AFC South. Like, if the Colts get another win over a division rival, I don't see how there's any reason why they won't win the division.
Complete to Mike Gesicki. It's a gain of 20. First down, Carolina.
That means it'll be 7-3? Well, not necessarily. I mean, the Texans have a 55 overall quarterback who plays like an 85. Madden Sim Logic is really just a coin flip with slightly increased odds for the better team. That's true. If you're on Madden's good side, they might help you. So you have to talk good about Madden. And they know who talks good and bad. So they know who to award wins to. Colts would sweep their biggest AFC South contender. That's true. And I mean, that's kind of generous for the Texans, but the Titans and Jaguars both kind of suck. So you mean increased odds for a worse team? You might be right. I mean, Madden's just scripted, so.
24-yard line. Mayfield's pass intended for Mike Gesicki. Incomplete. He was covered by Patrick Queen.
Hey, EA, I like your shoes. Will that be enough to help the Thunderbirds beat the two worst teams in the league today? Anything less than 2-0 would be a bad stream for Toronto. Madden is like Santa Claus, but fatter and less jolly. Wow, they actually got that first. I didn't think he got it. EA, remember OFL 20? Good times. They were good times. I won 3 rings. Panthers are in the red zone. They really might complete this comeback. This has been a pretty good game.
Mayfield's pass complete to Devin Duvernay. First and goal.
Want a ring so bad? Yeah, it is a very good feeling to win a championship. So, I mean, you're the clear favorite in the AFC right now, but we are in Week 11. Things change. In Week 11, in real life, nobody thought the Bucks were going to make the Super Bowl. People weren't even sure if they were going to make the playoffs. You think maybe Josh Jacobs is a top 12 back? Probably. I mean, Jacobs is kind of a little bit overhyped, I think, in real life. In the OFL, yeah, he's a beast because he's on my team. But I would say in real life he's a little bit overhyped, but he's probably a top 12 back, yeah. Raiders probably shouldn't have picked him in the first round, but he's probably a top 12 back. Third and goal, they stopped him. 4th and goal at the 1, you have to go for it. Don't be wusses, EA. Please go for it. Please. That's such a lame call. 4th and goal at the 1, you're down by 3 and you take the points. I think that's a really lame call. In real life, nobody would kick the field goal. No wise person would kick the field goal. You have it at the 1. That is a lame call. You think the Cougars will make it? If I were to guess, I just have a feeling that it could be the Cougars too. But I would not mind a Cougars-Colts AFC Championship if we don't make it. Which, to be honest, I don't think so. Although we're playing well as of recent. Remember when you were 12-4, really good, and then they let the 9-7 Bears said, nah, let's let the Bears win. EA gave some playoff wins last year to the Bears that they shouldn't have. Including, most notably, that one game against Arizona with the fake punt on the 50-yard line that I'm sure Nick loves to this day. Also, I'm sure Nick loves 4th and 22 as well. Is Nick Chubb a top 3 back? No, but he's probably number 4. Derrick Henry's better. Christian McCaffrey's better. Dalvin Cook is better. And then I would say it's close. Well, I don't know if Dalvin Cook. I think McCaffrey and Henry are 1, 2 in some order. Probably Henry at 1. And then 3 through 6, I would say, is like a 4-way tie between Chubb, Dalvin Cook, Kamara, and healthy Saquon. Please stop talking about that. We never got Bears. Now we need Steamers, because they're our new Bears. Cougars are better. Well, not record-wise. And the Cougars don't play anybody in their division. They have 6 easy wins a year. Both teams could have caught that. You'd love Colts Thunderbirds or Cougars Thunderbirds. I think you'd love anything with the Thunderbirds, if I were to guess. And they will punt it on 4th and 3. That's probably the right call.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Yeah, OT is looking like a possibility here. Unless the Panthers can drive down the field. All they need is a field goal. You know, it could be 17-13 now, but no, since they're wusses, it's tied. Both teams have all 3 timeouts. Colts Thunderbirds would be great. That'll be the Pro Bowl. What, Bears? Can we see teams overalls after this dude upgrades? Yeah, I can show the team overalls. Obviously, not every team has done their upgrades yet, but I can still show them today for the teams who have done upgrades.
Mayfield's pass complete to Mike Gesicki. A gain of 9 yards. 1st down, Carolina.
I mean, I don't think overtime's super likely now. Carolina's 2 timeouts, and they're very close to field goal range. Okay, maybe it is likely. A big sack for the Bucs. Overtime's only 5.5 minutes, so overtime is pretty quick. For the most part. Second and 20. Short for Gesicki. He goes out at the 48.
Mayfield's pass complete to Mike Gesicki. A gain of 8 yards. And it's 3rd down.
3rd and 12. That'll put Carolina in field goal range. Watch them not call the timeout, though. Because it's Madden. They're not going to call the timeout. I just know it. Okay, they do. Madden sometimes refuses to call timeouts. Colts Thunderbirds would be the best. 2 vets going for that would be the best for storyline purposes, because Nick's been here since the start. Apple's been here since close to the start. And neither of you guys have won a ring yet. That would be fun. Thoughts on your receiving core? An 87 and 285, so that's a pretty good receiving core. This is a 46-yard field goal, not a chip shot for whoever Carolina's kicker is. I don't know off the top of my head. The kick is up, and it is good. Panthers on top with 1 second to go. I don't know who that is. Break the leg, Zerline. There you go. So Carolina will stay hot unless the Bucs return this kick to the house, which would be incredible. Okay, that was a pretty good return, but not enough.
Today's final score, Panthers 16, Buccaneers 13.
Thoughts on yours? 95 and an 85 and 96 running. I think Godwin might have been like a 96. Because I remember Godwin had 3 points into one archetype, and then the other one archetype, it pushed his rating up by 2. So I think he's like a 96. But yeah, your offense is loaded with skill position players, Apple. And a pretty good quarterback in the OFL. In real life, you can say what you want about Goff. Greg Valeg didn't miss that. You're here. What did you miss? Welcome to the stream, Boomy. We just had a pretty close game here. The Panthers just beat the Bucs. This is the first game today, so we haven't seen anything for the Ravens yet. Thoughts on yours? Brandon Ayuk. Well, Brandon Ayuk is a baller, so automatic A+. Both quarterbacks were pretty good today, for the most part. Jordan Love played a lot better in the first half, but both played well. J.K. was not great. Neither was McCaffrey, for the most part. Devin Duvernay led the game in catches. Yards was Taylor Gabriel. I didn't realize he had 96 yards. McLaurin, the only receiving touchdown today. The Panthers' pass rush was really good in the first quarter. They were pretty quiet after that. Yeah, they had all 3 of their sacks in the first quarter. Who needs a 96 overall running back when you have a 99 speed running back with 20 carrying? Wide receiver 3 is an 82. That's a pretty good wide receiver 3. I think I have 4 receivers above a 79, but I mean, my best receiver is Juju, who's probably like, what, an 89? So we don't have like an elite receiver. Yeah, look at all these skill points for the Bucks. Once they use those skill points, they're going to be loaded. Tampa Bay is a legit contender. Even though they lost today. Ooh, wait, after week 12, I think we get to see the playoff picture thing. That's fun. He has Godwin, but well, Apple is a deep receiving core too. And he has the superstar. So I'd probably say Apples. Because you don't have anyone on Chris Godwin's level. Alright, let's see what happened here around the league. The Bulldogs lose again to the Jaguars, 36-14. Is Joe Burrow back? Well, he looked good today. 3 touchdowns. Deshaun Watson is not that good in this league, and I don't know why. He's just not that good. It's so weird. Zeke was solid. Alexander Madison scores twice. Jerry Jeudy with a big game. Judy's had a quiet year this season, but he played well today. Any big sack numbers? 1.5 for Brian Burns. And picks for Jordan Lewis and Quan Gary. Gary. Did the Caps get back on the win column? They do. They beat the Titans 29-24. Columbus is now 8-2. And with the Bulldogs losing, the Caps are firmly in the driver's seat in the division. Teddy was very good, though. Carson Wentz got sacked 4 times, and they still won. Connor and Tremblay both scored. Yeah, I'm going to show overalls after we go through this week. Kelvin Harmon with a touchdown. He's played well for them. 10 catches for 65 yards. That's not a very Brandon Cooks-esque stat line, but okay. Will Disley in his first game with the Titans, he scored 2 touchdowns for Cooper Kupp. Darn you, Tennessee. Khaled Sullivan's had a nice year for Columbus. 1.5 sacks for T.J. Watt and Everson Griffin. And no picks. Cardinals. Do they get back on the win column? They do in a big way. 33-13 over the Raiders. Alexei Smirnov was pretty good. Eddie Small, the rookie, threw 3 interceptions. Alvin Kamara with one of his best performances of the year. Allen Robinson with a big game for the Raiders. Darren Waller, the baller, scores. Reggie Rutledge does too. You already know a loss is coming. Well, we'll have to see. I'm curious to see what our game ends up being. Obviously, I wanted to watch that, but the majority did not agree, unfortunately. Chargers lose to the Chiefs, 24-16. So everybody's starting to pull away from the Chargers. I think Kansas City is 6-4, and the Chargers are 4-6. The Raiders were 5-5, and we're 5-4, but we haven't seen our score yet. It seems like Isaiah Thomas plays better when he's a 70. I think Isaiah Thomas is like a 79 now. Still shocked about Snow's upgrade points. I would have thought he'd have 2 or 3, yeah. Cole McDonald wouldn't have lost. Big game for Elmers, nearly 100 yards and a touchdown. Benny Snell also scored. Two sacks for Jerry Hughes. Chiefs obviously won. The Colts, they lose to the Texans, 24-31. So Houston is still alive. The Colts should still win this division. Wow, Cobear, have yourself a day. Nice amount of yards, by the way, and 126.9. Nice. Jared Goff was pretty average, nothing spectacular. Saquon only had 10 carries. That's odd. It doesn't look like he got hurt. It just looks like the Colts didn't really run the ball. Yeah. And the Texans did run the ball a lot. I want to see time of possession real quick. It looks like the Texans control that. Yeah, the Texans have the ball for 40 minutes. Saquon was good receiving today. DK Metcalf, Sammy Watkins, and Jumpman Bawden all score. Worst case still for the Colts is probably they'd be tied with the Cougars for the top seed. So we'll see what happens with the Cougars. They do beat the Bengals, the surprisingly red-hot Bengals, 27-24. Lamar and Daniel Jones were both solid. Colbert for MVP. Mixon, Richard, and Lamar all score. DJ Chark with a touchdown. Cole Beasley scored for the Cougars. The game for Corey Littleton. Really hope you can start contending soon. You don't end up with a rebuild. I mean, you still have time. We still have, I think, what, 3 years after this one? Cowboys lose, but only by 7 to Toronto. A little bit close here. Patrick Mahomes was not on his A game, but Josh Allen was not any better. Mark Ingram again was pretty good. Touchdown from Malcolm Brown. Jarvis Landry with a big performance. Tyreek Hill scores. Reggie Peters with 3 tackles for loss and a sack. Uchenna Nwosu, Kenny Clark, Kyle Anoy, Terrell Lewis also with sacks. Interceptions for A.J. Bouye, DJ Hayden, and Denzel Ward. Yes, Mahomes did go to Texas Tech. And I think his career record in college was under 500. I could be wrong. And he had Cliff Kingsbury as their head coach, too. Can we keep a win streak alive? We don't. Rip. That's unfortunate. Chippendale was not bad. Herbert got sacked 0 times. That's why we lost. Our pass rush was not on. Josh Jacobs was okay. Laviska Shenault scores. Deontay Harris, Josh Jacobs, Tyler Lockett, and Rigoberto Ramirez with touchdowns. Rigo in his first game as a Ram. Jelani Tavai really had 12 tackles. And why Jelani Tavai? It could have been anybody else who played well, and I wouldn't care. But it has to be Jelani goddamn Tavai. I'm disgusted. I'm disgusted we let Jelani Tavai get... Does he even have 2 sacks in his NFL career? Hold on. Hold on. How many NFL sacks does Jelani Tavai have? In 32 games, he has 2 career sacks. I am absolutely disgusted. It could have been anybody else, but it had to be Jelani Tavai. Dolphins beat the Lions, okay. The Fighting Case Keenums with a win. Jameis Winston got picked off 3 times. He might be coming back down to earth. Yes, I lost to Ian. You don't need to remind me. Nick Chisholm scores twice for the Dolphins. Mike Williams with a big game. Aaron Nash, Xavier Leslie both find the end zone. This is a big deal for the NFC playoff race. I mean, the Dolphins are kind of already out, but the Lions are in the midst of a wild card race. Toronto might be able to clinch the NFC North very soon because the Lions, Steamers, and Packers are all just average. Wow, Sean Murphy-Bunting with 2 picks. Sean Murphy-Bunting is really good in this league. Eagles lose to the Packers, 42-21. Green Bay with a big offensive performance. Welcome back, Pac. I don't know if you saw, but you guys beat the Raiders. You threw for 2 touchdowns. Pretty solid. Aaron Rodgers threw for 4, 3 for Buckley. He also threw 2 picks. Could be worse. Could lose to the Ravens. I would rather lose to the Ravens than lose to Ian. No disrespect to Ian, but... Have we seen the... Yes. Oh, I guess you said that before I mentioned it. You're going to lose to Ian. Do you play Ian? If you do, that'd be funny. 2 touchdowns for Switzer and Alshon Jeffrey to the Packers win. They did win. 42-1 over the Eagles. Eagles officially will finish the year under 500 as they are now 1-9, I believe. Think this is the best the Packers have played all year? It probably is. I mean, they've been a weird... They started off slow. The Packers are 5-2 in their last 5. Huh. Looks like Green Bay's back to playing good. They were the 1 seed last year, and it seems like they're starting to play better. Niners lose to the Sentinels, 24-10. Oof. So the Cardinals, I think, might be back on top in the West. Tua Tagovailoa was solid. Dak Prescott completed 38% of his passes. Yikes. Dak's like an 89 now, too. He had like 5 skill points. Touchdown for DeAndre Swift and Tua Tagovailoa. Corey Davis scores for San Francisco. Thaddeus Moss for Orlando. Eric Flowers allows 2 sacks. Vintage Giants Eric Flowers. First win as coach. Maybe first of many. I mean, the Eagles aren't a very good team, but a win's a win. And the Packers have won 5 of their last 7. They're playing good football. Nobody wants to win the AFC East. The AFC East might have someone under 500 unless the Bills stay hot, which I don't think they will. But the Steamers are really starting to play well since they acquired Josh Rosen. Seems like they're doing better since they hired Pepperjack as their coach. Seems like the only person who can do bad when they're leading the Steamers is Tyler. Coincidence? I think not. Memphis still can't really run the ball, though. A.J. Brown with 7 more receptions. He has had a really good year for the Jets. Kenny Golladay scores. Me likey. Wouldn't be surprised if Golladay plays his professional football in New York next season. Either New York team would make sense for him. If we don't keep him, which I don't know if we will. He'll certainly be franchise tagged, but we might tag and trade. Who is next? New England loses. Nobody wants to win the train wreck of the AFC East. My lord. Really wish the AFC North was bad. The AFC North is bad. You just happen to have a good Cougars team in there, but the Steelers aren't good. The Ravens aren't very good, and the Bengals aren't good. Kaepernick appears to be back, and he played well. Bo Richter still threw a pass. Mookie Gray scored twice. Wish your entire division did. Yes, the entire NFC West has a winning record now. I think the Rams have a winning record. The Rams are either 500 or above 500. Memphis might be a quarterback away. They have a really good roster. Malachi Arnold, the X Factor, scores. Good name for Zach and Colbert, and you've got the Russian Rocket and the African Rocket. I mean, the Russian Rocket flows off the ton better because it's 2 R's, but the African Rocket's kind of cool. Nick Bosa, 1.5 sacks. Raiders, we know they lost. Rams obviously won. Ravens beat the Bills, so both the Ravens and the Dolphins win today, and the Eagles are really in firm position to get the #1 pick. I wonder if the Eagles pick a quarterback. Probably not. I wouldn't pick a quarterback if I was the Eagles. I mean, maybe. Drew Lock, 4 touchdowns. Matthew Stafford only 1. The Bills might be coming back down to earth. The only AFC East team to win this week was the Dolphins. Arnold led the game in yards. Arnold. Did you throw any picks? You did not throw any picks, no. AJ Green with a big performance. May trade all your picks for Season 3 to start contending. I mean, assuming you get a top 5 pick this year, that'll be a big asset. Saints beat the Snowhawks in overtime. Ooh. AJ Green, the former Cardinal and Thunderbird. What a guy. 2 touchdowns for Kyler. He actually, believe it or not, was not terrible. Kyler Murray and Jimmy Garoppolo have to be the 2 weirdest quarterbacks in this league. They're just both so weird. A nice amount of yards for Miles Sanders. Chase Edmonds scores. Darius Slayton scores. Nico Hardman with a touchdown. Jordan Brooks with a big game. Sentinels won. Snowhawks lost. Steamers, we know. They won. Steelers won. Texans won. Thunderbirds won. Titans lost, I believe. Bengals lost. Bills lost. And that brings us back to the Bucks. Are we going to check the playoff? The playoff bracket comes out next week, but we can take a look at the seedings based on the standings. Which we'll do now. Standings, players of the week, and then we'll show ratings before the Week 12 game. AFC North, Cougars are still in firm first place. The Texans are 6-4. I didn't realize they were that good. They're only 1 game behind. I didn't realize it was that close. Huh, okay. AFC East sucks. We know that. The Chiefs are now in first place with everybody in the division losing this week. Thunderbirds are in first place of the North. The rest of the division is balanced, as all things should be. NFC South, Carolina is now a game ahead of the Bucks. Caps could clinch the division rather soon at 8-2. Cardinals are now in first place of the West with the Niners and Snowhawks both losing. Current seedings, Cougars 1, Colts 2, Chiefs 3, Bills 4, Texans 5, Diablos 6, and Raiders 7. Jets, Bengals, Steelers, Pats, Chargers, Titans, and Jaguars all very close. Ravens and Dolphins are only 2 games out of the playoff spot. NFC, Toronto 1, Columbus 2, Cardinals 3, Panthers 4, Niners 5, Snowhawks 6, Bucks 7. Lions, Rams, Saints, Steamers, and Packers close behind. Really the only teams totally out of the playoff race, I feel like, right now are the Cowboys and the Eagles. Apple is crying. Well, the Colts should still easily make the playoffs. I don't think they're in danger of missing the playoffs. They are in danger of not winning the division now, but they'll make the playoffs. Players of the week, Aaron Rodgers, Saquon Barkley, Jelani goddamn Tavai, and Joe Schobert. Why is Jelani Tavai there? That makes me sick. All right, let's see all the ratings. Hobie's character won't be retired, so don't worry about that. Panthers are an 85. Probably the highest rated teams are going to be the teams who have done their upgrades. For the most part, Texans are an 82. Thunderbirds are an 86. They both did theirs. Titans are an 83 anyway. Huh, I didn't realize that. Bulldogs are an 84. Oh yeah, they did their upgrades. That makes sense. Caps are an 85. Cardinals are an 86. We're an 84. San Francisco's an 85. Alright, cool beans. So the next game on tap is the Thanksgiving game between the Bills and the Packers. Both teams 5-5, right in the middle of playoff races. I think Green Bay is home. Siri, can you give me a number between 1 and 2? Siri, can you give me a number between 1 and 2?
It's 2.
2. So we will be using the Green Bay Packers. The Packers hosting a Thanksgiving game doesn't really sit well with me. Happy Thanksgiving, y'all! Highest overalls are you and the Cardinals. Yeah, that actually isn't all that surprising, to be honest. It's weird because the offense is usually the strong point. Well, there are some weird games here and there. Alright, Pokemon, do you have any specific jersey combo you would like to wear for the Packers? Holmes, Color Rush, alternate. Don't wear that. That's really ugly. Yeah, okay, I guess this is a cool jersey combo. So 2000s alternate classics. Not that. We could go with one of the Color Rush jerseys, regular Holmes. Color Rush, okay. The Superstar X Factors, Stephon Gilmore, Dalvin Cook, Amari Cooper, Chris Jones, Aaron Rodgers, and I didn't realize T.Y. Hilton at X Factor. Superstars, Grady Jarrett, Cortland Sutton, Dante Fowler, Ryan Kerrigan, Matthew Stafford, and Clay Matthews is on the Packers. Why did I not know that? I guess because he's probably like a 65 overall. Hardcore Bills fan right now. I mean, the Thunderbirds should still win the division even with a Packers win, but I guess the Packers losing would help. Thanksgiving is in October. Is it in October for you guys? Because it's in November for us. Why would Canada put Thanksgiving in October? That's a little bit weird. Oh well. Woj just tweeted, Blake Griffin and the Pistons are agreeing that he will be out of the lineup until the franchise and his reps can work out a resolution for his playing future. So, does that mean Blake is getting traded? I've been waiting for this day for 3 years. No disrespect to Blake. I wonder what we're going to have to give to get rid of him, because we ain't getting anything. I'll say that right now. But I guess that's good news. I mean, I'll be rooting for Blake now because I like him now, but, that's interesting. Rodgers versus Stafford, just like old times. Well, now that makes me kind of want to root for Buffalo, but for the Diablos playoff race, a Buffalo loss would be pretty nice right now. So, I guess I don't really care who wins, because I'd like to see Stafford win, but a Bills loss would help us. Is Drummond of the Raptors official? I wonder what they're going to give up. It cannot be more than what the Cavs gave up to get him. But yeah, Woj tweeted this morning that that Drummond and the Cavs were like planning to set up a trade, and the team that was linked to him was the Raptors. So, well, I don't think the trade has been like officially agreed on, but I can't. If the Raptors give up anything of value, it's a loss. Andre Drummond is not more valuable now than he was a year ago. Wait, is the trade actually official? Nothing yet with Woj in the past, like, 3 hours, but, I mean, a trade's going to happen. So, Andre Drummond and Blake Griffin are both probably going to get traded within, like, the next week. That's pretty wild. Unless nobody wants Blake, which would not surprise me in the slightest. Shams is the one who said the Raptors were looking at him. I don't really know why the Raptors would, because they're not very good, but that was the same case with Cleveland last year. Andre Drummond's never played on a good team. You're angry? Why would you be angry? The Cavs don't need Andre Drummond. They should trade him. They're not going to get anything for him because he didn't give up anything for him, but you don't need him. And I mean, he's not that crazy good. I mean, I would rather start Jarrett Allen if I was you guys. Because A, Jarrett Allen's better, and B, he's younger. Lakers could use Blake if AD's out for a while. That would make sense. I mean, Blake in a Lakers jersey would just be super weird. But yeah, I just cannot imagine Blake in a Lakers jersey. Blake is a Clipper, not a Laker. That just feels weird. You were angry because he said Drummond. Well, Drummond of the Raptors looks likely, so he's not lying. It's just not official. Packers are moving it down the field pretty nicely. I think this is the first time we've watched both of these teams this season. So, I think the only time we watched the Packers last year was in the playoffs when they lost. And I think we saw Buffalo once or twice last year. Dalvin Cook just stiff-armed that man. I don't think Dalvin Cook was healthy in that playoff game, though, so having him is going to be a big deal. And now Aaron Rodgers is in the zone. What did the Raptors give up? No one has said what the Raptors are giving up, but I can promise you it will not be much. The Cavs gave us 2 expiring contracts and a second-round pick in 3 years from now. So you're not going to be giving up more than that unless something crazy happens. But I wouldn't worry if I was you, Booty. Andre Drummond doesn't have a lot of trade value. Remember when you were 9-9 and like the 6th seed? Now you're stinky. But the Raptors won't give up much because they're not getting much. I like Drummond, but, I mean, he's not that crazy good. As the Packers score the touchdown, a receiver wearing number 17, not named Devontae Adams. That's actually Alshon Jeffrey. Raptors going to give Pascal Siakam. That'd be funny. If they can find a way to get Norman Powell won't be traded. The new Caps are Andre Drummond. Toronto would be dumb to do that. And they won't do that. Andre Drummond does not have that type of trade value. Hoping Aaron Baines is dealt. No Aaron Baines slander. We do not slander the GOAT like that. Here is Matthew Stafford leading out the Bills. Aaron Baines to Cleveland. There's Big Royce for a gain of 10. What if they get? They're not going to give up Chris Boucher. That'd be funny, because Andre Drummond is not worth Chris Boucher. I think Boucher and Drummond are similar ages, though. I mean, Drummond was drafted like 5 years earlier, but I think Andre Drummond's like 27, and Boucher's like 26. So for what it's worth, they're close to the same age. Tragic Bronson and Aaron Baines together. Jesus Christ. Cavs are must-see television. He's a better option than Drummond. Yeah, they're not trading Boucher for Drummond. If they did, they'd be absolutely crazy. But Masai Ujiri knows what he's doing. The Raptors have one of the best front offices in the league. So...
Stafford's pass. Complete to Amari Cooper. A gain of 12. First down, Buffalo.
Chris is 28. He's older than Drummond? That's wild. That's actually wild. Andre Drummond's been in the league for what feels like forever, and it feels like Chris Boucher just entered the league. Let me Google this. Andre Drummond is 27. Chris Boucher is 28. Chris Boucher is like 6 or 7 months older than Andre Drummond. That just blows my mind. Did David West ever get a ring? I think he did in Golden State. At the end of his career. I think he was with the Warriors.
Freeman again, the ball carrier.
First quarter in the books. Both offenses looking good. Packers drove down the field and scored. Bills look like they're doing the same.
End of the first quarter with the score Packers 7, Bills nothing. Stafford's pass intended for Amari Cooper. Incomplete.
Should just trade with the Nets because last time he fleeced them. You always think, yeah, Andre Drummond's been in the league for almost 10 years, and he's 27. He was really young when he got drafted. I think he was probably 18. But it feels like he's been in the league forever.
Freeman, the ball carrier.
Chris has 2 rings. Oh yeah, he played in Golden State. I totally forgot about that.
A gain of 3. Brings up
And Andre Drummond has 0 playoff wins.
at the Packers 4-yard line.
Again, not that it's all Andre Drummond's fault, but a team with Andre Drummond as their best player is not going to be winning any playoff games.
The tackle made at the 3-yard line.
Third and goal. Green Bay gets the stop on Royce.
The ball carrier. Taken down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. Brings up 4th and goal.
Could we possibly get an OBL? Well, I would not have time to run 2 sim leagues. I'm going to tell you that right now. I mean, managing a YouTube channel, a sim league, school, other stuff, I just would not have time for that.
Brett Maher is set.
I'm sure that'd be fun, but if I were to run a basketball league, it would replace the OFL, and I don't think people would really want that.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
To be fair, most people in Drummond's class, well, maybe most of the freshmen in that class were 27. Draymond was in that class, and he's, I think, north of 30 now. I could be wrong.
33, Dalvin Cook, the ball carrier. The tackle made by Jayon Brown.
Draymond is 30. Okay, I'm right.
Pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 30.
You have the materials, you do a sim league, but you can't. Sim leagues are harder to run than people think. I'll say that. They certainly take time. Davis and Beal are both 27. Well, they were top prospects. So, I mean, all the freshmen are going to be similar ages.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Nah, it's easy.
Dalvin,
Light work. Absolute light work.
the tackle made by Jayon Brown. No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 40-yard line. Rogers pass.
Is that all right? You do it, Nick. This shot's fired.
That's a gain of 7. Makes it 3rd and 2.
No, it's hard. Run Simili's on a different app. Yeah, it is hard. But it's also fun creating this, how would I describe it? This thing that can blossom into something really cool.
Cook again, the ball carrier. He was brought down by Matt.
Green Bay's offense is having another nice drive here.
Gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 37-yard line. That's another Green Bay Packer. 1st and 10 at the 30.
Weird seeing people drafted like 9 years ago enter their peak. I mean, Bradley Beal's just getting better, whereas a lot of people in the NFL who were drafted in 2012 aren't getting better because they're entering their 30s.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 23.
Russell Wilson was drafted in 2012, and he's like 32. Not that he's getting worse, but most time the league dies in a week or no one signs up. Yeah, I mean, that's a problem with sim leagues. A lot of them, like, people create it thinking it's easy, and it's not. And then they just die quickly.
Intended for Alshon Jeffrey. Incomplete. He was covered by Prince.
But, I mean, they are hard to run and maintain. That should have been picked. Green Bay is awfully lucky.
That's good for a Green Bay Packer.
Packers now number 1.
That's good for a Green Bay Packer. 1st and goal at the 1-yard line.
You're lucky so far? I mean, the Packers are looking good today, so I guess you have been pretty lucky up to this point.
It's a loss of 1. Brings up 2nd and goal at the 2-yard line.
Third and goal. Can Green Bay punch it in, make it a 2-score game? Rages to the end zone. It is caught. Again, that really could have been picked. But Green Bay gets lucky again. Golden Tate in a Packers jersey makes me want to throw up, by the way. Golden Tate is a Detroit Lion at heart. I didn't even realize he was on the Packers. That was a nice throw, though, from Rodgers. Niners, Panthers, that's a good game. The only reason I didn't put that on the poll is since we were watching Panthers for Week 11. Otherwise, I definitely would have said that. (14-3) now. This is the Bills' second drive of the game, and there's 50 seconds until halftime. That's wild. The Packers have had 2 drives. The Bills have had 1. Every drive is a scoring drive. Do you know who Lenny Cook is? I do not know who that is. Stafford hits as he throws. It is caught. The receiver should not have caught that, though, because now the Bills have to call a timeout. Go to DMs. Okay. Rodgers in a Packers uni makes me want to vomit, am I right? I mean, I've gotten used to it. I would enjoy seeing Aaron Rodgers in a different jersey in real life, though. That'd be entertaining. I would honestly kind of root for Rodgers to do well somewhere else, like in San Francisco or Indy or wherever. Because I've never gotten to root for Rodgers before. Stafford throws it away. Only 16 seconds. The Bills will be lucky to get in field goal range. Stafford, short throw, and it's a gain of 5. Russ belongs in Washington. Russ said he wanted to get hit less, though. Got him. 3rd and 5, Stafford, short throw. It is a first down. They have to kick the field goal here, don't they? A 57-yarder. I would probably kick. Yeah, 50. I don't know who the Bills' kicker is, but 57-yard attempts in November in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Kick looks good. It looks like it wasn't accurate, but it had the distance. Looks like it was wide right. That will do it for the first half. Packers lead 14-3. Bills do start the second half on offense, though. I think, right? Yeah. Russ to Cleveland is a clipboard holder. How good is Baker at clipboard holding? That's what I want to know. Going 2-0 would be a big deal here for the Packers. I mean, after week 3, it looked like they were going nowhere this season, but playoffs is a very realistic possibility for the Packers again. I don't know about winning the division because Toronto is actually quite good, but Butker would never miss that. I mean, 57-yarders aren't easy peasy. Stafford avoids one sack, but he's still brought down as Duke Ejiofor is hurt. I thought Stafford was going to be hurt for a second. That was going to make me sad. Second and 15. There's Big Royce. I don't mind a Matthew Stafford Royce three-man backfield. Stafford, run or throw. Or just chill in the pocket. Third down, Stafford taking his time. I'm fully prepared for a sack. Oh, he just yeets it downfield, and it's incomplete. That would have been nuts. If the Packers score a touchdown, they make it a 3-score game. So this game could be looking in some possibility. Is Russ a player who could be traded? No, Russ is not getting traded. And if he is get traded, Seattle would be idiots. And if they do trade Russ, they're going to win like 5 games next year, and Pete Carroll is going to be absolutely exposed. Because Russell Wilson is the Seahawks. He is their entire team. Without him, they would win at most 5 games. Colbert would have hit that. Facts. I mean, Stafford's one of the better deep ball throwers in the league, but Colbert wouldn't have missed that. I think Colbert's medium accuracy went up by like 14 points, but it's still in the 30s. Poor soul. I am really curious to see what Colbert does in the 10 years at the end of OFL 20. Michigan Hate Week. Oh, wow, that is actually a pretty good game. Aaron Rodgers is 15 for 17 right now. He is wheeling and dealing.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Number 3 and number 4. Solid run for Dalvin. Actually, he only got 1. Okay, maybe not.
At the 43-yard line. 1-yard gain brings up second and 9.
Colbert, best deep ball passer in OFL history. I'm really not going to disagree with that. Because statistically speaking, you're not wrong.
Makes it 3rd and 2.
Third down, look at Dalvin inside the 30. Packers offense has been pretty much flawless today. And all their drives have been really long. I mean, they have just been draining on the energy of the Bills defense. That could have been picked.
Intended for Alshon Jeffrey. Incomplete. Jimmy Ward there defensively.
Back to Dalvin. He gets maybe a yard. Colbert lives by the rule, F it and chuck it. That is, that's true.
Brings up 3rd down and 9.
3rd and 9, incomplete. The Packers won't score a touchdown. So it will remain a 2-score game for a little while longer.
Incomplete. Results in a 4th down. The field goal is good. Makes the score Packers 17, Bills 3.
Colbert's just like, a wide receiver's down somewhere. That's true.
27-yard line. Stafford's pass. Complete to Marquise Goodwin. A 7-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 35-yard line.
2nd and 3. Hit as he throws, and it's caught. What a play by Stafford. Into the hands of, I think, Marquise Goodwin? Probably. Magically hits him. All of Cobert's throws are magic. A dot down the field for Amari Cooper.
Stafford's pass. Complete to Amari Cooper. A gain of 36 yards. First down, Bills.
Bills are trying to stay alive.
Number 28, Royce Freeman, the ball carrier. Tackle made at the 9-yard line.
This is the Matthew Stafford we all know and love.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Second and 7, short throw. Packers not trying to let them find the end zone, though.
Complete to O.J. Howard. A 5-yard pickup on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Name 5 Canadian sports teams. The Raptors, the Blue Jays, the Oilers,
Brett Maher
the Maple Leafs, and the Canadians.
on 21-yard attempt.
See, I know my stuff.
The kick is good.
Gonna trade for Amari Cooper this offseason and complete the Cowboys receiving core.
Bills 6.
Now you just need Ezekiel Elliott.
Brett Maher is set to kick off.
Maple Leafs, Canadians. You literally just stole all my answers. That's what I just said. Or if you just happen to write them down. Those are all. That's what I said.
The Packers take over 1st and 10.
Why do you kick a field goal? I don't really know why they kicked the field goal there. They should have gone for a touchdown.
The ball carried by the wide
You said them before me? No, you did not, sir.
down at the 23-yard line. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Maple syrup, cold French Canadas, etc. Maple syrup is definitely a sports team. And a darn good one at that.
End of the 3rd quarter with the score Packers 17.
As a syrup enthusiast myself.
Number 33, Dalvin Cook, the ball carrier. Brought down at the 30-yard line. That's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Good conversion for the Packers.
Good for a Green Bay Packer. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Look at Dalvin. What a run. Dalvin Cook is starting to heat up.
That's good for a Green Bay Packer.
And the Packers are really looking good.
1st and 10 at
Jets, Canadians, Maple Leafs, Senators, Canucks, Oilers, Flames, Raptors, and Blue. Those are all the only ones I know. I only know the Canadian teams in American leagues. Packers now at the 30.
Dalvin Cook, the ball carrier. He was brought down at the 26. A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Second, that should have been picked. The Bills have had like 3 opportunities to pick him off today, and they haven't.
Complete to Alshon Jeffrey.
That would not be including the CHL, or else he could be here all day.
Brings up 3rd down and 7.
I mean, I could name the same amount of CHL teams as the same amount of times the Bills are going to win this game. The answer is 0. As the Packers have it for 1, a touchdown makes it a 3-score game, which would mean that we would start to simulate. I'm not going to get it on that play, though.
Dalvin Cook on the carry. Stopped short of the goal line. No gain on the play. Leads to 2nd and goal.
2nd and goal. Rodgers trying to evade the pressure, and he throws it away. Why wouldn't he want Buffalo? Honestly, I don't know. That's actually a good question. I mean, Columbus should still win the division, so whatever happens to the Packers doesn't really matter. The Bills got to stop in the red zone. Did the Packers go for it here? I don't think they would, but they should. They should go for it, because it's still a two-score game. So the Bills are going to keep fighting.
Makes the score Packers 20, Bills 6.
Man's evaded pressure like a boss and still threw in the back of the end zone.
The Bills take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line. Stafford's pass complete to Amari Cooper. A gain of 18 on the play.
Bills have 3 minutes down by 14. Can they make this comeback? That would be incredible if they did. Stafford up the middle. Good pass. To O.J. the Juice Man Howard.
To O.J. Howard. A gain of 22 yards. First down, Buffalo.
If we lose to the damn Jags, that'd be funny. That would be funny, if anything.
It's a gain of 9.
Because you should not lose to the Jaguars.
At the 24-yard line.
2-minute warning. Packers up comfortably. But the Bills are going to keep on pushing. Cortland Sutton brings it to the 9. I have not said his name a whole lot today. Stafford, short throw is caught for the touchdown. I imagine that's Royce Freeman before Maduck. Bills only down by 7, and they have all 3 timeouts. This game isn't over. Packers do have Dalvin Cook, though. So, Green Bay should still win. Is it just you, or does Madden on Next Gen, it's the same game. It's the same damn game. The menus are the same, the modes are the same, the gameplay is... I'll say the gameplay is a little bit different, but other than that, you're going to lose to Philly because EA says F it. Makes for a good story. The Eagles will have beaten 2 teams, and it'll be the 2 best teams in the league. That'd be really funny. That would, honestly, for the memes, I hope that happens. That would be really funny. Why no onside kick? Because the Bills trust their defense. I mean, the onside kick has like such a low chance of happening. I don't really blame them for not doing it, even though Green Bay is Dalvin Cook. Imagine if they went for a touchdown instead of a field goal. Yeah, that would be a big deal. Third and 3, he got it. That's game. The Packers hold on to win it. Onside kicks, they do not work. Yeah, they don't. So Green Bay will hold on for victory. We know Dalvin Cook got 7 there, whatever. Game over. The Green Bay Packers have now won 6 of their last 8 and improved to 6-5. The Bills fall to 5-6. Which means no matter what happens, everybody in the AFC East after this week will be under 500. The Bills are still in first place. I swear to God, if Alpo goes 8-8, has the Patriots win that division, and goes back to the OFL Bowl, I'm going to lose it. That would be funny, though. Trusting your defense versus Dalvin Cook is not going to work out too well often. You're not wrong. Stafford had the higher passer rating. Okay, I mean, they were both good. Rodgers threw for more touchdowns, pretty much the same completion percentage, and Stafford threw for a few more yards. Dalvin Cook was very good. Royce Freeman played well, too. Alshon Jeffrey led the game in catches. Yards went to Amari Cooper. So Pokemon goes 2-0 today. I mean, beating the Eagles isn't a tall task, but the Bills are in first place of a division, even if their division sucks. Time to get clapped by the 1-9 Eagles. That would be funny. That would be pretty funny. And for the purpose of keeping Nick with the suspense, we're not going to sim with the Packers. We're going to sim with a different team. Because I know Nick is terrified right now. We're going to keep him terrified for a few more minutes. We are going... We'll simulate as the Patriots. Because I want to see what the AFC East looks like after this week. Oh, they play Toronto. We'll see the Thunderbirds' record. Okay, no. We'll sim with Orlando. They play the Bucks. That's an interesting game. All right. Tampa Bay puts up 45 on the Sentinels. Carolina still won, though. It looks like the Saints and Sentinels lost. So Carolina is now 8-3. Wow. And the Bucks are now 7-4. They put up 45 on Orlando. The Sentinels' offense was still pretty good, though. They scored 31. Tom Brady threw a touchdown. So did Jordan Love. 2 for Tua Tagovailoa. Christian McCaffrey, big game. 2 touchdowns for Damian Williams. 2 with another rushing score. And so did Matty Dublin. Okay. Big games for N'Keal Harry and Terry McLaurin. Turbo Taylor scores once. 2 touchdowns for Tyrone Gordon. Kmet also finds the end zone. I think the Thunderbirds are coming up, Nick, so you'll see your team soon. And a shutout. The Snowhawks blank the Steamers 17-0. Memphis' offense had more yards, though. Oh dear, Josh Rosen. He got sacked 9 times and threw 3 interceptions. So the Snowhawks' defense went ham today. 3 picks and 9 sacks. Jesus Christ. Okay, that's a lot of plays. I mean, Portland has a really good pass rush, but I didn't realize their secondary was capable of that. Mekhi Becton allowed 4. Yikes. Who had all the sacks? Nobody had more than 2. Quinnen Williams was the only player of more than 1. Khalil Mack, Chandler Jones, Jordan Brooks, Jordan Phillips, Jalen Ferguson, DeForest Buckner, Malcolm Brown, Yetur Gross-Matos, Jordan Whitehead, and Cody Barton all had sacks. That's a lot of people. Interceptions, 2 for Carlton Davis, 1 for Cody Barton, and 1 for Drew Tranquil. The Steamers obviously just got shut out. The Bengals beat the Steelers. Yeah, this division's weird. But the Bengals and Steelers are both fringe playoff teams. Especially the Bengals. Maybe not the Steelers. Darius Trutt with a touchdown. Lamar Jackson also with 1. 2 for Mookie. Chosen Rosen chose the Snowhawks defense today. Patrick Laird with a rushing touchdown. I genuinely think Lamar Jackson will be the Bengals' highest rated healthy running back. And I'm not saying that to be funny. I think that would actually be true. Texans lose to Jacksonville. Okay, then. Jacksonville goes 2-0 today. Maybe they're a sneaky playoff team. Joe Burrow was good again. Zachy and Colbert played well, despite losing. Typical 61 overall quarterback type stats. Jonathan Taylor was the leading rusher. Aaron Jones did not have a good game. Justin Jefferson with a big performance for Jacksonville. You knew it. I mean, the Texans are still over 500 and still, I think, are probably projected to make the playoffs. 2 sacks for Chase Young. Toronto. Okay, they don't lose to the Eagles. 34-20 win. Gosh darn it. Patrick Mahomes rebounded in a big way. He threw for 4 touchdowns. Austin Buckley was not great. Kareem Hunt with a solid performance. It looks like the Thunderbirds didn't really run the ball all that well. But you lost to Justice Hill. What's wrong with Justice freaking Hill? CeeDee Lamb with an 80-yard touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins, Michael Gallup, Jamison Crowder all score. Along with Bryce Austin, that 85-plus receiving core coming in handy for the Thunderbirds. So Toronto wins both of their trap games. And we'll go 2-0 today. Toronto officially finishes over 500. So I think Nick has to lose out in order for him to go 9-7. The only problem is, I mean, the Packers are good now, but New England is not. The Rams, they're not terrible. The Jets are not great, and the Sentinels are not great. None of these teams are really bad, though. That's the thing. The Cowboys and Eagles suck, but these 5 teams aren't, like, tremendously bad. Titans beat the Cowboys 42-17. Yeah, if you allow the Titans to score 42, you're pretty bad. It's 4 touchdowns this time for Teddy Bridgewater, Madden's favorite quarterback in Madden's favorite playbook. Josh Allen played better. Teddy Bridgewater had to have won Player of the Week. He had 5 total touchdowns. Robert Woods and Will Dissly. Well, Will Dissly has been actually quite the pickup for the Titans. Tyreek Hill scores twice. One for Nelson Aguilar. Hold on a second. Okay. Yeah, Tannehill also threw a touchdown. That makes sense. Bruce Hansen allowed 2 sacks. Who is Bruce Hansen? I don't know. Your magic number might be 3. It might be less than 3. I don't know. Let's see. Bengals won. Bills lost. Bucks won. Bulldogs beat the Caps 42-20. Okay. Interesting. So, the Caps should still win the division pretty easily, but they have kind of fallen back to earth. Losers of 3 out of their last 4. Deshaun Watson actually played well today. Zeke with 3 touchdowns for London. So now the Thunderbirds had the best record in the league alone, no matter what happens, because they're the only team with 2 losses now. Madden hates you, but you're 8-3. Madden doesn't hate you that much yet. I mean, maybe that'll change. Madden hates a lot of coaches in here, including Nick, whose team is 9-2. So, Madden hates pretty much everybody. Caps obviously lost. Cardinals beat the Saints. So, Arizona goes 2-0 today. As the weeks go on, you drop lower, but you're still the 2 seed, though, so you haven't dropped too much. I was just on the Cardinals. That's why I got confused. Okay. I was going to say, did nobody on the Saints throw the ball? That would have been weird. Alvin Kamara had 2 really good games today. 4 total touchdowns, I believe, for AK. And the Cardinals remain in first. The Cardinals are 8-3, I think. So the Cardinals, the Thunderbirds, and the Caps are all fighting for that top seed. So maybe the Caps might be the 3 seed now. Okay. Yes, 9-2 all by yourselves. Only 5 more losses until 9-7. Chargers beat the Raiders. Ooh, okay. So both teams, I think, are 5-6 now. The Chargers won in overtime. 3 touchdowns for Minshew, 4 for Eddie Small. Both of them threw under 60%, though. Benny Snell scores. Big game for Allen Robinson. Gregory Chance, the X Factor of 100 yards. Elmore scores once. Kittle scores twice. Tajik finds the end zone for the Raiders. And Ford does too. Two sacks for Javon Hargrave. Oh dear, we're coming up. We play the Colts. We're probably going to lose. Yeah, that game is next. The Rams go 2-0 today. So this means officially everybody in the NFC West is over 500. And everybody in the AFC East is under 500. The Chiefs are now 6-5. So the Chiefs are 6-5. The Raiders and Chargers are 5-6, and we're 5-5. Probably going to be 5-6. Herbert threw 2 touchdowns. Isaiah Thomas has not played well today, which is odd. Chargers-Raiders game really did look so good. Monty scored for the Rams. He also had a receiving touchdown. Big game for David Montgomery. Calvin Ridley with 110 yards despite the loss. Laviska Shenault scores again. So the Rams live 2 big out-of-conference wins. Hold on. How did Rigo do? I want to see how Rigo did. He scored a touchdown in his first game. 5 catches, 46 yards. Not bad. Glad to see the NFL and OFL have something in common with garbage East divisions. Oh! Okay. 38-23 win over the Colts. I was not really expecting this, but here we go. So, the Diablos and Chiefs are now tied for first. Whoa, Phil, 4 touchdowns. Okay. 76%. Have yourself a game, Chippendale. Phil really struggled early on. For the past, 6 or 7 games, he's been one of the best quarterbacks in the league. I don't think he's thrown a pick in a while. I'm actually curious. When is the last time he's thrown an interception? And he was an interception machine the first, 5 games of the year. Goff was not great. The Colts are still a game ahead of the Texans, though. They still lead their division. Josh Jacobs didn't even play that well. Chris Godwin, 169. Nice. Big game for Christian Kirk. 2 touchdowns for Juju. Hockenson scores. 2 touchdowns for Tyler Higbee. So the Colts are still going to be the 2 seed, I think, no matter what. Is the 3 seed a team who's 6-5? Yeah, I think the 3 seed would be either us or Kansas City. That's kind of sad. Cougars lose to the Dolphins. Okay. So the Cougars and Colts are now tied at 8-4. No, 7-4 for the 1 seed. Chip and Goat indeed. So the Diablos are 1 game out of the top seed. If you told me that in week 5, I'd say you're lying. Case Keenum had a good game. The Dolphins went 2-0 today. I didn't even realize that. The Dolphins went in overtime. The Dolphins went 2-0 today. That's incredible. The Dolphins are probably a game out of a playoff spot now. That's wild to think about. EA really screwing over RSV. Right when RSV needs the team to lose, they're winning. If the Dolphins make the playoffs, that would be hilarious because that's not an unrealistic possibility. Pretty much anybody in the AFC could make the playoffs, for the most part. Dallas lost. We won. Dolphins won. Eagles lost. Niners go 0-2 today. They get smothered by Carolina. Wow. Okay, the Panthers are on fire right now. Carolina's 8-3 too. So Carolina, the Caps, and the Cardinals are all tied at 8-3. Thunderbirds are a game ahead of them. And all 4 of the teams winning their divisions in the NFC would be the number 1 seed in the AFC because the best team in the AFC is 7-4. The NFC is just so much better. The NFC is miles better, and it's not even close. Jacksonville won. Jets beat the Ravens. Okay, so Baltimore. I don't want to see this game. So Baltimore might be the only team in the AFC who's totally out of playoff contention now. Ravens are what, 3-8, I think? 4 touchdowns for Matt Ryan. NFC, everyone. Whoever makes the OFL Bowl in the NFC will be the clear favorite, no matter what, for the most part. Derrick Henry and Sony Michel both had big games. They also both had fumbles, though. No, with a touchdown. He only had 4 touches, though. When is Jaquan Gore back? He has to be back soon. The Ravens tank is locked and loaded. I think Baltimore is officially projected the 2nd overall pick. Lions beat New England. So the Patriots lose another game. 2 touchdowns for Jameis, 1 for Kaepernick. Nobody ran the ball well on either team. AFC sucks and won't even have a top pick. That's true. They'll probably get a top 2 pick. Well, actually maybe not, because Dallas also has 3 wins. Yeah, you're right. Okay. The Eagles and Cowboys probably don't need quarterbacks, though. Because Dallas has Josh Allen and Matt Woodard, who is X Factor. And the Eagles, I think, have far bigger needs to worry about than Buckley. But Baltimore, they could go quarterback. I mean, Locke is superstar, though. So, maybe the Ravens don't want to go quarterback either. Looking at defensive upgrades, well, I wonder if there's a really good defensive player in this class. Is that everybody? Yeah, we saw the Raiders game, we saw the Rams, we saw the Ravens. We saw the Saints, he played the Cardinals. Okay, that's everybody. Okay, I'm really curious to see these standings. So, yeah, the best 4 teams are in the NFC. AFC North, the Cougars are still on top. The Bengals are trying to make it interesting. AFC South, the Colts are still a game ahead of the Texans, despite going 0-2 today. Titans and Jaguars are both in the race. Locke is done with the Ravens at season's end. Ooh. AFC East, the Bills are still on top at 5-6. The tanking Dolphins without Riley Painter are 1 game out of the playoffs. That's wild. New England is also 1 game out. Chiefs and Diablos 6-5. Chargers and Raiders 5-6. Toronto still leads the NFC North. Lions and Packers are both 6-5. Steamers 5-6. Panthers lead the NFC South. Bucks are a game behind. The NFC East. The Caps are still 3 games ahead of the Bulldogs. So the Caps should still be fine. I think the Caps might have clinched the division if they won today, though. And then in the NFC West, everybody is over 500. Could all 4 NFC West teams make the playoffs? That'd be wild. All right, we can check the playoff picture thing for seedings now. All right, current seedings. Cougars, Colts, Texans, Bills, Diablos. Or, did I say Texans? Cougars, Colts, Chiefs, Bills, Diablos, Texans, and the Jets. So, the Jets, who are under 500, are projected to make the playoffs, but the over 500 Rams, Packers, and Lions, who are all 6-5, are not projected to make it into the NFC. Thunderbirds are 1, Cardinals 2, Caps 3, Panthers 4, Snowhawks 5, Bucks 6, Niners 7. These NFC wildcard games look really good. They're better than all the AFC wildcard games. All right, let's do an awards update. Probably not going to show stats because we just did that last time. I might do stats after the next stream. Matt Ryan is first. Oh, wait, wasn't he first last time? Yeah, okay. Why am I acting surprised? Matt Ryan was already the MVP favorite. Teddy in second, Smirnov in third. Lamar should not be fourth. Eddie Small has jumped up to fifth. Wentz 6, Rodgers 7, Love should be higher than 8. Goff 9, Winston 10. 2 teams in the AFC East would make it. That's so funny. I hope that happens. 2 under 500 teams in that division make it. Nick, current favorite for Coach of the Year. Just looks like it's based on record. Stop simping for Matt Ryan game. I don't know where Mahomes is. He should definitely be there. Ryan, the favorite for AFC Offensive Player of the Year. Defensive Player of the Year still is Schobert. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Eddie Small. Phil in second. I'm surprised Colbert is lower than Mookie. I don't really agree with that. Bo Richter in fifth, the other quarterback. Defensive Rookie of the Year is Billy Costigan. Matt Ryan, best quarterback. Chippendale and Small are 2 and 3. Wow. Saquon, best running back. That makes sense. Godwin, best receiver. That also makes sense. Best offensive lineman, Zach Martin. Best defensive lineman, Shaq Barrett. Myles Garrett has dropped to 3, so Garrett and Barrett are not 1 and 2. That makes me sad. Best linebacker, Schobert. Best DB, Jamal Adams. Best kicker, Hunter Black. NFC Offensive Player of the Year is Carson Wentz. Defensive Player of the Year is Xavier Howard. Xavier Howard and Aaron Donald in a close race for Defensive Player of the Year. Where have I seen this before? Carson should be back, yeah. Yes, Noah's definitely been back down to earth. Aaron Nash, still the favorite for Offensive Rookie of the Year. Defensive Rookie of the Year, still Reggie Peters. That's not a surprise. Best quarterback, Alexei Smirnov. Best running back would be Zeke. That makes sense. Best wide receiver, T.Y. Hilton. That makes sense. Ryan won't be a finalist for MVP. He should not. No. Ryan has put up really big numbers, but he's also just kind kind of like Ben Roethlisberger numbers from like the past like 5 years. Like Ben was consistently high in yards, consistently high in touchdowns. He had a solid team. He threw quite a few interceptions, but was never considered as an MVP. So Matt Ryan shouldn't be either. Who would we say are the 5 favorites for MVP right now? Here, let me go to the NFL. Teddy's numbers are absurd. I would throw him in that conversation. Smirnoff for sure. Wentz definitely. Rodgers maybe. Love for sure. Goff for sure. Mahomes. Hold on, I want to see league passing stats actually. We'll take a look at passing stats for you guys. Okay. Ryan is very high statistically. Eddie Small, I didn't realize he was second in yards and super high in touchdowns. I didn't realize he was having that good of a year. I would say Wentz, Smirnoff. Jameis has a discussion for MVP. Maybe Teddy, maybe Goff, maybe Love, maybe Mahomes, maybe Rodgers. Matthew Stafford, possibly. I mean, his team's under 500. Okay, I want to see the last time Chippendale's thrown a pick. Because it hasn't been recently. Phil Chippendale has not thrown an interception since week 4. He threw a pick in his first 4 games and has not been intercepted since. That's crazy. How many sacks does Peters have? Okay, I'll check that. He probably is close to 9. Didn't he have 8 last time? And I think he had 1 today. So that would probably mean 9. Reggie Peters is at 9, yes. Smear of Love, Wentz, Thomas, Mahomes, Goff, and I wouldn't put Isaiah Thomas in there. At least not yet. If he plays better these past 5 games, then maybe. I just realized we only have 3 more streams until the playoffs. Chandler Jones is out for the year. That's a big loss for a potential playoff team. That's new. Byard only has 1 more week. Zachy and Colbert tore his labrum and he's out 4 weeks. Whoa. Whoa. That's a big deal. Zachy and Colbert is going to miss most of the rest of the regular season. So now the Texans are going to have to settle for their backup, Russell Wilson. I wonder what the Texans are going to look like now. Ronnie Stanley is out for 7 weeks. That's a big deal. Roquan Smith is done for the year. That's new. Nothing for Diablos. Sean Murphy Bunting is out for a while. Eric McCoy is out for a while. And Adonis Sims is now out for a while. But Riley Painter comes back soon. And the Dolphins are only 1 game out of the playoffs. But they also lost 3 key players in Sims, McCoy, and Bunting. Colbert only had 3 bad picks. Yeah, Colbert's not thrown a lot. Put Smallwood on IR. He's only out for 1 more week, though. You still want to? He's going to be back next week. Oh, he's out 4 weeks. Oh, I thought he was out 1. Okay, I can do that. Okay, there you go. All right, where were we? Eagles. King Horse is out for 5. I feel like that already happened. Austin Eckler is out for 6. That's new, and that's a playoff team. Tracy Walker out for 3 weeks. Potential playoff team. I didn't think I'd be saying that about the Jets. Brandon Scherf, that's new. Wow, a lot of injuries. Jesse Bates, I think, is new. Kendall Fuller, I think, is new. Jelani Tavai is new. Can't believe Jelani Tavai is a big-time injury, but here we are. Jaquan Gore is another 2 weeks. And that's everybody. Wow, a lot of injuries this week. All right, let's see week 13 and 14. Weeks 13 and 14 will probably be sometime this week or this weekend. Weeks 15 and 16 will follow, and then week 17 we're going to watch 2 or maybe even 3 games. So 3 more streams until the playoffs. Did we check the playoff thing? Yeah, but I can show it again. All right, any interesting games? Titans-Colts is interesting. Chiefs-Texans playoff rematch. No Colbert, though. Ravens-Dolphins, that looks like a tank bowl. Cardinals-Bucks. That's going to be high on my list. Steelers-Cougars, interesting. Diablos-Chargers, interesting. We have to watch the Diablos at one point this season. Jags-Raiders isn't bad. Tank Bowl! V2, Eagles. We're putting this game on the poll. I don't care. We're putting Eagles and Cowboys on the poll. Snowhawks Niners is a good game. Lions Packers is a good game. Rams Caps is a good game. And then week 14. Colts Chiefs is a good game. Bucks Lions. Jets Bills, possibly for first place in the division. Although the winner of that division might have like 7 wins. Packers Steamers. Caps Bulldogs again. Thunderbirds Rams. A lot of good games here. Cougars Diablos. I like that a lot. Cardinals Snowhawks. All right. A lot of good games these next 2 weeks. We should watch Chiefs Texans. It'd be funner if Colbert was playing, but that's still an interesting game to watch. All right. Let's take one last look at the playoff picture. For those who need a refresher, with 5 weeks to go, a lot of interesting storylines, including a bunch of teams over 500 in the NFC. Not in, but the 5-6 Jets and the 5-6 Bills are here. All right, I hope everybody enjoyed the stream. Next stream, as I mentioned, will probably be later this week or this weekend. If you haven't gotten your upgrades in, I would recommend you do that. If you don't have time, you can just auto them. And yeah, that'll do it. Hope you guys enjoyed. Peace.